Welcome back to the final part of Enjoy Every Bite. Now this part of the course is called Granny's Rules, and we'll talk all about that in just a moment. Today we're really looking at how the basics make awareness and conscious eating a ritual, something that you make part of your life. You know, there's two ways to look at this. There are rituals that you create, and there's habits. And habits, yes, habits can be good. You probably have plenty of good habits. But most often, don't we think of habits as something bad, something we really want to change? And I guess, that might just be rhetorical. That's just one word or the other. You choose which one you like better. But in this context, what we're saying is that rituals are more of a conscious, a mindful choice. Whereas habits are often positive, but they can also be thoughtless, repetitive, just something you don't even think about anymore. You just do. Now this section's called Granny's Rules because of my grandmother, my mom's mom, Helen McKinn. With her, I remember as a little kid, every meal was an event. Whether we were having cornflakes for breakfast or it was the big family meal after church on Sundays, her huge dining room table, you've probably seen it before, maybe your grandparents, maybe you have one. The huge dining room table, holds 10, 12 people. Great big old chairs. That thing's probably, 100 years old. Well, every meal, and I mean every meal, she would set that with a white tablecloth, full place settings. Everything was done family style. Everybody sat down. There were serving dishes if it was something more than just cornflakes, right? Even if we had toast, it was on a platter. Very, very formal, very, very ritualized. And beyond that, when we sat down, and we always sat down together as a family, the first thing she'd insist upon is us giving thanks. And then posture was always an important part too. You were sitting up straight, elbows stayed off the table, and you chewed with your mouth closed. She even encouraged chewing 25 times, which actually is a very good part of, helps the digestive process. We've talked about that in the science part, didn't we? So that's where I've thought about that now that I've really started incorporating more and more mindful eating into my own diet and started talking about it. That's been, that was really key to me. And she wasn't trying to eat in a mindful way. That was just proper manners, I guess. But it turned out to be a ritual that we always followed with her, and she sustained throughout her life. Now, as we move forward in this last part of the course, there's something I'd like to share, something else, the basics of mindful eating. So you're practicing this on your own. If you've been using the Enjoy Every Bite 7-day guide to mindful eating, that's a very important part. And maybe this little acronym too will help you keep in mind the steps which make up a mindful, aware eating practice. Now basics is the acronym. What's the B stand for? Well, it's just breathe. We've done that in a minute of mindfulness, just really focusing on the breath to help you calm down and ground. A is assess your food. Just like we did with the chocolate eating. Take your time, look at it, smell it. How does it sound? What's the history of that food? That is an important part of it too. S, slow down. I think the simple thing is, when you slow down, you eat less because you're enjoying it more. I, investigate your hunger throughout. That's a big part of the 7-day mindfulness guide, isn't it? What's my hunger level now? A little bit into the meal, what's my hunger level now? C, chew it thoroughly. Just like my granny suggested, chew your food thoroughly. S, savor it. Savor it. Be present, and it's the name of the course. Enjoy every bite. So basics, breathe, assess, slow down, investigate, chew, and savor. Well, just like all the other portions of the course, we'll finish with a minute of mindfulness. This one a little bit different. I'll give you a minute. But what I want you to think about is, gratitude is a very powerful way to be in the moment and to help you be a more mindful eater. Just like my grandmother insisted upon, a moment of prayer. However you choose to do so is perfect for you. So just take a deep breath in, close your eyes. Just give yourself a moment here. Think about what you're grateful for. All right, well, I'm certainly grateful that you've joined me for this course. Thank you very, very much. I hope this has helped you be a little more mindful, not only with eating, but with maybe your whole life, and created a little more an acceptance and joy in your life. If you ever have any questions, you can always reach me on the contact page of the website, johnholly.com.